Like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications from TheBrew.a.
Today I am with my college days crush, and if you are the boy of 90s, we all have one common factor. Yes, our crush. I am with Sonali Bendre, and this is the Brew.a. And welcome back in the industry after a long time.
Yeah, I have a complaint though.
Oh, what?
You're called the Brew, which reminds me of coffee.
Oh.
The least you can do is come and interview us with the coffee.
Definitely expanding on us.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we think about the Sonali,
Yeah.
it comes like duplicate.
Yeah.
It comes with the Dil Jale. It
Yeah.
comes with Hum Saath Saath Hain.
That's true.
But Sarfaroz was the movie made us madhosh, right? So how you were seeing your journey in the industry?
Dil Jale, Major Saab, they were all, the Ajay Devgan movies that I did were of a certain kind. If you see before that also, I started with Naraz, though the first film that came out was Aag, which was with Govinda. My first film that I signed was Naraz with Bhatt Saab. I did Zakham. And so then, like you said, Duplicate. Duplicate was this, grey character, and that was what was fascinating for me. Sarfarosh was that side of Sarfarosh of me was had not been seen till then. But John, my director, had done ad films with me, and he had probably seen that side of me, and he was very sure that he wanted to cast me. So it was like, everybody was like, there's Amir Khan, and who is this girl that this director wants to cast? And John was very clear that he wanted me in this role. So yeah, I mean, we did the audition and I got that role, and it was different, and I find that comes, how do I say it? But playing the comic in that sense, the timing, it came pretty naturally to me, and so that was the learning for me of Sarfarosh, was that, I enjoy doing it, it comes very naturally, and that I should try more of it.
This instinct factor comes when you said like, okay, tum aisi pirat ho, tum Patiala ki Maharani. And it comes very natural.
Yeah.
So, okay, one question I always ask when I'm meeting anyone from the Bollywood is OTT is cling to Bollywood. But in your term, I will reverse the question.
Yeah.
Is OTT is giving a new life to the Bollywood? All the players who was there.
Look, OTT is giving new life to a lot more voices and stories. So in that sense, that certain characters who have interesting stories, those stories would never get told because those stories wouldn't make a certain business sense.
Right.
Because eventually it's an entertainment industry, it's a business. So now with OTTs coming in, it started with the multiplexes coming in. Suddenly you could do different kinds of, the business models were different. You didn't have to make a film that appealed to each and everybody. So the moment that was not the scope, the moment you could cater to niches, you could tell different types of stories. The moment you can tell different types of stories, the content is different. For us as actors, it's boom time. Because for me, I could do that, I can do that, and I can do this. It gives me the variety to do. So I would say that I'm very happy with the OTT coming because it definitely gives me a new lease of life.
Great, yeah, Sonali 2.0.
So I don't know about Bollywood
here,
and all of that, but it definitely gives me a new lease of life.
Yes. Now we have seen you in the Broken News.
Yes.
When this offer came to you, you was connecting to whom in the industry, like in news industry?
No,
like,
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it is any one person. And I've said this before also. For me, Amina is a way of thinking,
right,
rather than any one person. Because the moment you go at one person, the moment you will see, you can't just, it just becomes a one-way thing. It becomes more like a biography then. And Amina, I thought, was not a biography. Amina was this character. It was a way of thinking.
You usually watch the news on TV?
No, online.
No, online only. Okay.
I read mostly rather than watching.
Great.
But
so
I
you're not influenced by,
more,
so you cannot be influenced by some particular.
Yeah, also online also because, I've mentioned this before, and I don't know if I've said this to you before, but for me, when you look at news, why is this story so relevant for me? Is because, as we were growing up, news was knowledge, because
Right.
you know we
News was
always said keep paper padho, general knowledge.
Right.
And now we have to understand that news is not knowledge. You have to disassociate from that. It's information.
It's in
Now it's just an information, and if not, it's an opinion, and it is somebody's opinion. That doesn't have to be your opinion. Also, we need to understand that the moment you show what is happening behind the scenes is when you understand that okay, they're all human beings and सब अपने अपने घर चला रहे हैं, अपना अपना सब अपना अपनी जिंदगी चला रहे हैं.
On the same line, the Brew is going to start a program in UAE for the school children to check the news. Whatever information you are getting, how to check through the different plugins, through the different tools.
Yeah.
So we are going to train all the schools in UAE.
Yeah.
Whatever is coming to you, don't believe on it.
Yeah.
Check it
No,
through.
very important, because I see it in my son's school, and they get trained to do that. They have been
Yeah.
told, because that is their reality. Our reality was not that. Our reality was believing what they were saying. But for the next generation that is coming, the reality is they've been taught that how do you check the sources. So the moment you check where is it coming from, what is it, what is their interest in it, is there an interest or not. So the moment you kind of understand where they are leaning towards, and it is absolutely okay. There was a time when they say journalists should not have an opinion and all, but you're human beings, you're going to have an opinion. So I don't know if that is the way to be. I mean, it is an old thing, and I'm sure everybody has their way, but I personally think that it's okay to have an opinion. I just feel that as a viewer, I understand that okay, this is your opinion, and when I come to you or your channel or your paper,
I'm absorbing your point of view. Yeah, I'm absorbing your point of view.
I will go to somebody else and look at their opinion too. And believe me, the opinions were always there. Every newspaper, when we thought it was knowledge, was also had an opinion.
Definitely, yes.
They were the corporate houses had their leanings. If they were non-corporate houses, those families had their leanings. They were all associated with somebody or the other, either a political party or a corporation. They were all associated.
And that we have seen in the broken news, how the Josh channel was influenced by the different factors.
Yeah, but newspapers have also been influenced by it. It's
definitely.
always been there.
And
it's just that we are realizing it today.
There is a political theory also that no one is unbiased in the world.
It's difficult for human beings to be unbiased because we all come with our baggage. We are all brought up in certain ways. We have all brought up with certain upbringing and leaning. So none of us, as children, when you're born, you probably don't have any leanings. That also our genetic memory carries it. So all of us come with certain biases, and we need to respect it.
In the meantime, we have seen that Sonali has gone through a tough time.
Yes.
During the cancer.
Yeah.
And now you are bouncing back in the industry.
Yeah.
So how difficult it was, and what the message you would like to say who is going through this whole process?
So I've spoken a lot about my journey with cancer, and there are a couple of things that I always say, and one is that it is curable if you detect it early. So that's a very, very important message, because we need to detect it early. Early detection is the most important thing, and it is curable, and science has made great progress. And the other thing that I would always say, when you're going through cancer and going through cancer treatment, the treatment is so harsh, especially if you're going through chemotherapy, etc., that healing from it, you might heal from the disease, but the healing from the treatment is what is going to take you longer. And that's what you need to focus on. And so your physical and mental health go hand in hand.
Especially the family support and all the factors.
And they fuel each other. So if you're just physically strong and not mentally, it's not going to help your physical body. And if you're vice versa. So both your physical and mental well-being is very, very important for complete and proper recovery.
I will go back to the broken news. When you got the offer, have you gone through some famous shows of the news, like morning shows which was running in the US?
Because broken news, if you know, broken news is the original of broken news is the Press. It's an official remake in India.
Yes.
It's a BBC series called Press, and BBC India has remade the broken news, adapted it to India. So I think we didn't really need to look at anything else. We had our template very much ready.
And what next projects are in the line?
We are doing the season 2. I think this Z5 would have liked to have made this announcement in a better way, but unfortunately the cat has been out of the bag because I blurted it out in the US. So now it's the
season 2 we can expect very soon.
Yeah.
All the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you.
So we can hope that our crush is going to crush the market very soon. Thank you, Sonali.
Thank you so
for
much.
that.
Thank you.
And
Like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications from TheBrew.ae.